Judy, in your book, You're More Than Enough, you really speak to people who suffer from inferiority. Where do you think that that comes from?
People get the idea that they're inferior from their culture, from their background, the people they're around, their parents, their spouse, their peers, school teachers, Sunday school teachers. It comes from criticism, a lot of criticism. If we're compared to another person, another family member, someone outside the family, if we're told we can't do something or we don't have the ability or we never will be able to do something, then we get those ideas about ourselves.
What are the first steps that a person should take if they've been plagued with feelings of inferiority their whole life? If they have been saying, if only, why am I not, I'm not enough, what is the first step they should take?
One of the first steps I think people should take if they don't feel like they're enough is to get a realistic evaluation of who they are. And I don't believe that people can do that for themselves. I used to say, go stand in front of the mirror naked and make a list of all your good points, and then people would come back with all their bad points. So I believe that you need to maybe meet with a career counselor or a life counselor, a life coach, or maybe a Pilates teacher or someone at the gym, and have them just sit with you for a minute and say, here's what I see about you that's really good. And maybe they need to meet with people they work with or their boss and say, tell me what I do really well. Because so many times we can't put a finger on what we do really, really well. And we need that support system. We need someone to help us with that. I had an assistant in my office that came in one day and she was all distraught, and I said, what's wrong? And she was a wonderful assistant, and she said, my life is what's wrong. My life is totally wrong. I don't want my life anymore. I just wish I could die. I want to give up my life. And she was the best assistant I ever had. And here she is saying her life is all wrong. So I said to her, well, let's sit down and talk about your life. What's all wrong? Everything's all wrong. Well, what is everything? Let's start with everything. Is it your relationship? Is it your relationship with your parents? Is it your relationship here with me? Is it that you don't like working here? No, I like you. I like working here. Let's find out what it is. And when we went through the whole thing, it went way back to some childhood issue that she'd been carrying around a long time and never, ever spoken to someone about it. So I recommended she get professional counseling, and that's important. If there's something that's carrying on in our lives that's keeping us from feeling like we're living a full, healthy, exciting, wonderful life at this time, then let's deal with it. Let's get it out in the open and deal with it so you can move forward, because it's in the past and we need to put it in the past.